Hey there, crafty friends. This month, we're diving into the mindful, meditative world of macrame to create a gorgeous plant pot hanger, complete with a beautiful bamboo fiber plant pot and charming wooden beads. Whether you want to add a handcrafted touch to your home or just unwind with a creative project, this kit is your perfect companion. Inside your box, you'll find 8 large wooden beads, a lightweight, eco-friendly bamboo fiber plant pot, natural cotton macrame cord, and a smooth wooden dowel. Ready to get knotty? Let's jump in. Step 1. Preparing your cords. First things first, you'll need to cut your cords into the right lengths before you start knotting. Don't worry, it's easy. Cut 18 pieces of cord, each exactly 2 meters long. Then, cut 4 pieces, each 3.5 meters long. And finally, cut 2 pieces that are 1 meter long. Keep these groups separate, maybe tie them with little loops or just keep them in piles so you don't accidentally grab the wrong length while you're working. Organization will make this whole process much smoother. Step 2. Attaching your cords to the dowel. Now take one of your 2-meter cords and fold it in half. This is important because it creates the loop we'll use to attach it to the dowel. Place that folded loop on top of the wooden dowel, then wrap the loose ends under the dowel to create a little loop underneath. Pull those loose ends through this loop. You've just tied your first lark's head knot. This knot is super strong and will hold your cords securely while you work. Repeat this with 3 more 2-meter cords, so you have 4 cords attached like this. Next, grab 3 of your 3.5-meter cords and attach those the same way. Then add 10 more 2-meter cords, followed by the remaining 2 3.5-meter cords. Attach the remaining 4 2-meter lengths of cord. Finally, add the last 4 2-meter cords. By the end of this, you'll have a whopping 44 cords hanging from your dowel. Don't worry, we'll sort them into sections for easier knotting. Step 3. Organizing your cords into sections. To keep things clear, your cords are divided into 5 sections. Section A, cords 1 through 8. Section B, cords 9 through 12. Section C, cords 13 through 32. Section D, cords 33 through 36. Section E, cords 37 through 44. We'll be working on each section step by step, so take a deep breath, you're doing great. Step 4, making spiral knots in sections B and D. Take the leftmost cord and place it over the 2 middle cords to form an L shape. Now take the rightmost cord and lay it vertically over the left cord. Bring the right cord behind all the cords and thread it through the gap on the left side. Pull both left and right cords up and apart to tighten the knot snugly. This is the start of your spiral knot. Keep repeating this same knot, and soon you'll see your cords begin to spiral naturally. It's like magic. When your spiral knot section reaches about 7 centimeters long, it's time to add a bead. Thread the 2 center cords of your spiral through one of your wooden beads. Sometimes you might need to nudge the cords through with a pencil or small scissors. Once the bead is on, continue tying spiral knots just below it until you've made another 7 centimeter section. Add another bead, and keep repeating until you have 4 spiral sections, separated by 3 beads. Now, switch over to section D, cords 33 to 36, and do the exact same beaded spiral knot pattern, making sure your spirals line up perfectly with section B. Symmetry is key here for that polished look. Step 5. Tying square knots in section C. Start by separating out the left 2 and right 2 cords. Set those aside for now because you won't be knotting with them yet. Take the next 4 cords on the left. Place the left cord over the middle 2 cords to form an L shape. Then, place the right cord vertically over the left cord. Bring the bottom of the right cord behind the middle cords and out through the gap on the left. Pull the left and right cords apart and up to tighten. Next, reverse the process for the second half of the knot. Place the right cord over the middle cords in a back-to-front L shape, then the left cord over the right, behind the middle cords, and out through the gap on the right side. Tighten that up. Your square knot is complete. Tie a second square knot using the next 4 cords to the right of the first one, so you have a neat row of 4 square knots across. There should be 2 unworked cords left on each side of this row now. Step 6. Building the triangle with square knots. Next, set aside 2 cords from the left and 2 from the right, that leaves you with 12 cords in the middle. Use the first 4 cords to tie a square knot. This knot should sit directly underneath the first row of square knots. Repeat this with the next 2 sets of 4 cords, so you have a row of 3 square knots. Then, set aside 2 more cords from each side, leaving 8 cords, and tie 2 square knots side by side below the last row. Finally, set aside 2 more cords on each side, leaving 4 cords in the center. Tie a single square knot with these to create the point of your inverted triangle. Step 7. Clove hitch knots, creating diagonal texture. Time for some fun diagonal clove hitch knot. Take the leftmost unworked cord from section C. Bring it diagonally across and over the other cords toward the center, following the angle created by your square knots. This will be your filler cord. Use the other 9 cords on the left-hand side to tie clove hitch knots around the filler cord. Take the next cord in from the left and bring it up and around the filler cord, then pass it through the space on the left. Pull down to tighten, so the knot sits close to the square knots. This should create a small loop around the filler cord. Repeat the process with the same cord by bringing it up and over the filler cord again, then pulling it through the loop created underneath. Tighten so you now have 2 loops wrapped around your filler cord. Repeat this with the other 8 cords, creating a diagonal row of loops wrapped around the filler cord. Now, do the same on the right side. Take the rightmost unworked cord from section C. Bring it diagonally across on top of the cords on the right, following the edge of your square knots. Take the next cord in and bring it up and over the filler cord, feeding it through the space on the right-hand side. Wrap the same cord around a second time, feeding it through the loop that forms underneath the filler cord. Repeat this process with the remaining 8 cords on the right-hand side of section C. You should now have a beautiful V-shape made up of clove hitch knots directly underneath your square knots. Step 8. Closing the gap with a crossing clove hitch knot. You should now have 2 diagonal lines of clove hitch knots with a gap at the point where they meet. To close this gap, bring the right filler cord diagonally across the left filler cord. Tie a clove hitch knot around the right filler cord using the left filler cord. Position the right filler cord so it goes diagonally down over the left-hand cords. It should continue the top row of clove hitch knots. Tie a clove hitch knot around the filler cord using each of the 9 cords on the left-hand side of section C. Place the left filler cord so it goes diagonally down over the right-hand cords. It should continue the top row of clove hitch knots. Tie a clove hitch knot around the filler cord using each of the 9 cords on the right-hand side of section C. Now you have a lovely X shape made of clove hitch knots. Step 9. Adding square knots at the center. Begin by tying a single square knot using the 4 middle cords. Tighten it so it sits snugly at the point where the clove hitch knots meet. Next, tie a row of 2 square knots, bringing in 2 additional cords from each side. Next, tie a row of 3 square knots, adding 2 more cords from each side once again. Gather all your cords to tie a row of 4 square knots. To decrease the rows, set aside 2 cords from each side and tie a row of 3 square knots. Next, tie a row of 2 square knots, leaving out the far left and far right 2 cords. Finally, tie a single square knot at the bottom using the 4 middle cords. Step 10. Another V row of clove hitch knots below the square knots. Directly below your square knots, tie another V-shaped row of clove hitch knots, following the shape of the square knots. This time, end the rows at the points instead of continuing all the way across. Step 11. Side panels, more clove hitch knot. Take the cords from section A, cords 1 to 8. Bring the far right cord, cord 8, diagonally across the others, ending on the left and in line with the first bead of the spiral. Tie a clove hitch knot around the filler cord using each of the other 7 cords. Now bring the filler cord diagonally across to the right, ending level with the second bead. Tie another set of clove hitch knots around the filler cord with each of the 7 cords. Repeat the process to create a third diagonal row of clove hitch knots from right to left, ending level with the third bead. Finish by tying a final diagonal row from left to right, ending in line with the bottom of your spiral knots. Take the cords from section E, cords 37 to 44. You'll recreate the clove hitch knot pattern from section A, but in the opposite direction. Begin by bringing the far left cord, cord 37, diagonally across the others, ending on the right in line with the first bead of the spiral. Tie a clove hitch knot around the filler cord using each of the other 7 cords. Continue by tying 3 more diagonal rows of clove hitch knots, alternating direction, and finishing in line with the bottom of your spiral knots. Step 12. Finishing the hanger, securing the pot. Take the middle 4 cords from section C. Tie a single square knot, leaving a 5 cm gap below the last row of clove hitch knots. Bring in 2 more cords from each side and tie a row of 2 square knots beneath the first. Using the middle 4 cords only, tie another single square knot directly underneath the row of 2. Take the leftmost 2 cords and rightmost 2 cords from section C. Tie a single square knot with them, positioned in line with and above the first square knot you tied. Bring in 2 more cords from each side and tie a row of 2 square knots directly beneath the single knot. Using the middle 4 cords only, tie another single square knot directly underneath the row of 2. Place your plant pot between the 2 layers of square knots. Take the 2 right-hand cords from the top layer and the 2 unused right-hand cords from the bottom layer and tie a square knot in line with the bottom knot. Repeat this on the left-hand side of the pot. Then, take the 2 right-hand cords from both the top and bottom layers and tie a final square knot to join the front and back sections together. Repeat this on the left-hand side of the pot. Finally, use the middle 8 cords on top of the pot to tie a row of 2 square knots that line up with your side knots. Step 13. Gathering all cords for the finishing knot. Gather all the section C cords together. Take one of the 1 meter lengths of cord and place it on top of the gathered cords, forming a short U-shape with 1 long tail. Use the long tail to wrap tightly around the gathered cords in a spiraling motion. Once you've finished wrapping, take the remaining end of the cord and thread it through the loop of the U-shape. Pull the other end of the cord to close the loop and draw the tail up and under the gathering knot. Step 14. Creating the hanging loop. Use your final 1 meter cord to make a hanging loop. Tie it securely from one end of the wooden dowel to the other, making sure it's tight and even. This will be perfect for hanging your beautiful new macrame creation. Step 15. Final touches, trimming and styling. Trim all the cords to your desired length below the gathering knot. If you like, gently untwist the ends of the cords to create a soft, fluffy fringe. It adds a lovely boho vibe. Give your hanger a gentle shake to let the fringe bloom, then pop your bamboo pot inside, add your favorite plant, and admire your handiwork. And there you have it, a gorgeous handcrafted macrame plant hanger, made from scratch with love and care. Perfect for bringing a little greenery and handmade charm into your home.